Hello, welcome. My name is Alex Ehrenzeller, and I'm the Assistant Resident Director at Family Student Housing. I'd like to thank you for your interest in serving as an RA in FSH or GA. That's graduate apartments, also known as San Clemente Villages. If you're interested in serving in another community, please click the Undergraduate Candidates tab. The presentation I'm about to deliver outlines the position, expectations, and application timeline. Now, if you're ready, let's dive in. We will go over UCSB housing general information, the role of a resident assistant, eligibility to be a resident assistant, San Clemente Village info, family student housing info, and application next steps. By the numbers, we house just under 11,000 residents. That's 966 in San Clemente, comprised of 286 students in master's programs, 615 in PhD programs. There are over 60 countries represented. We have 225 ESAs, that's emotional support animals, 144 of which are at FSH, 43 are at San Clemente Village or Westgate. We have 1,239 FSH residents and 147 kids at Family Student Housing. Role of the resident assistant is broken into the following 6 domains: community building, promoting wellness, program planning, promoting safety, responding to emergencies, and responding to residents. Within the community and wellness domain, we have movies put on by arts and lectures, care and CAPS counseling programs, cooking and nutrition classes, meditation, dog therapy, food security initiatives, kid-friendly activities, and parenting classes at Family Student Housing. Within programming, we put on cultural events, seasonal interests, seminars and discussions. We have resident-generated events, informational workshops, events sponsored by GSAC at San Clemente Villages or the Tenants Union and Family Student Housing, and we host a variety of collaborations with campus partners. Safety, emergency, and administrative duties. Our RAs are responsible for enforcing policies, which includes quiet hours, ESA compliance, and upholding community standards. There's an on-call component, responding to lockouts, facilities issues, helping residents and families with any safety concerns. Customer service is definitely at the forefront of all that we do. We assist with move-ins and move-outs. We have cards for move-ins and move-outs and event planning. Regarding the breakdown of time and the required duties, beginning with SLD, which is our student leadership development training at the beginning of your contract. This is something that lasts 2 to 3 weeks. It's mandatory, it's in person, and RAs cannot teach, TA, or take classes during this time period. For GA, this typically happens in mid-June with finalized dates to follow. In Family Student Housing, this typically happens within the first 3 weeks of September. About 2 hours per week are dedicated towards weekly staff meetings. This defaults to 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday nights, although this can change depending on your team. 1 hour per week is dedicated to one-on-one meetings with your supervisors. That's your resident director and assistant resident director. You will be required to help with major move-ins and move-outs, SLD, and booster day. There's the enforcing and upholding of policies, serving on-duty rotations, which is after hours on call, duty shifts also on holidays and extended breaks, which operates on a rotational basis. There's the participation in programming and other community building activities. And this requires flexibility to be available in the community and for residents. Contribute to wellness and engaging with residents and additional duties as assigned, including committee work. Overall, It's about 10 to 12 hours per week, and varies week to week depending on on-call requirements, on-call duties. Eligibility, contract, and compensation. Students may apply, and at Family Student Housing, partners and spouses may also apply for the RA position. By the time of hire, applicants must be eligible to live in that particular complex. RA must successfully pass a background check. Full-time students must maintain a minimum 2.3 GPA, must be eligible to work in the United States. If you're an international student, you must have a visa, F1 or J1. Also, pay particular attention that international students cannot exceed 50% employment with the university, and this RA position counts as a 25% appointment. If you're an international partner, you must have a J2 visa and work permit, and that's at Family Student Housing only. This is a one-year contract with the possibility of an additional one-year renewal contingent upon the job performance. Compensation comes in the form of a furnished studio apartment at San Clemente or an unfurnished 1 to 2 bedroom apartment at Family Student Housing based on availability. That includes utilities and a monthly stipend of $275. Lastly, a parking pass at either San Clemente or Family Student Housing. Application timeline. We are set to begin accepting applications on December 1st. That's when our applications open, and that will run until January 17th. After January 17th, the screening process begins. January 31st, interview offers will be sent out, and from February 20th to 22nd, interviews will be held. Last but not least, in March, job offer letters will be sent by spring break. The contract varies in a bit. That San Clemente, the position begins mid-June and it ends the June of the following year. So mid-June, GASLD begins. Late June, new RA move-in. June 20th is San Clemente Village move out. In July, there's the new RAs begin their duty. And on September 12th, San Clemente Village has move in and the week of welcome. For our FSH contracts, we begin mid-August and end August of the following year. So mid-August, move in. Late August to SLD, that's our training, begins. Mid-September, we have the week of welcome. Mid-September, we also have new RAs start their on-call duty shift rotations. And by the end of September, the fall quarter begins. Expectations. Accepting this role means you are available for all of student leadership development. Yes, the mandatory required training at the beginning of your contract. This training covers policies, RA competencies, on-call, reporting requirements, fire safety and emergency preparedness, building and maintenance overview, programming, budget, and team building. This is a very essential time. Please note, if you have anything that conflicts with fully participating in SLD, whether that's classes, TA-ships, internships, you may not be eligible for the role. So please clarify with lead staff before accepting the position if you are offered one. Other expectations. Additional employment with the university may not exceed 10 hours per week. Employment exception petitions are possible within academic departments. Again, this counts as a 25% employment position. RAs are role models, are also role models 24/7. So, you know, this is on multi levels, personal, professional, academic, on and off campus. You'll be seen as a leader, and we hope that that you can thrive and contribute to your community. You know, in many ways. So please work out the details with your lead staff before accepting this RA position. San Clemente Villages. About San Clemente, they opened in fall of 2008. It's the first UCSB housing community for single graduate students. It's a showcase of sustainable practice and is double certified LEED Gold. It is the largest university apartment complex in the country to have this distinction. There are 5 villages comprised of 4-bedroom apartments with single occupancy and 2-bedroom apartments with single occupancy. There are study rooms, recreation rooms, on-site laundry rooms, community center, courtyards, and lawns. Staff-wise, there are 2 live-in staff, the resident director and assistant resident director, along with 9 RAs, typically comprised of 3 returning RAs and 6 new RAs. There's maintenance and housekeeping staff, graduate student apartment, community council, also known as GSAC, and contacts for San Clemente Villages. You have the resident director, Amosamin, and the assistant resident director, Cam, along with their contact information should you have any questions about GA. Family student housing. We have Stork and West Campus locations, both 1- and 2-bedroom units rented month to month. These come unfurnished. Families are parents with children, couples, and relatives. In FSH, we have community centers, study rooms, swap shops, community gardens available. Staffing, their live-in staff. We have a resident director and assistant resident director, along with 9 RAs. Each location has administrative assistants, maintenance leads, maintenance staff, ground staff, and student garden coordinators. FSH contacts, we have resident director, my better half, Nick Nesbitt, and that is my information, Alex Ehrenzeller, the ARD. Next steps in applications. Apply. Applications open again December 1st and will close on January 17th. Candidates will be notified July 31st if they are advancing to the next round. You can scan this QR code at the bottom left of this beautiful banner to open up our application. If you have any questions regarding accessibility or the application process, here is the email to reach out to, housing-raselection@ucsb.edu. If you have any questions regarding San Clemente Villages, please contact Amosamin or Cam or Family Student Housing. You're free to reach me or the RD, Nick Nesbitt. There's all of our contact information. And lastly, if you watch this presentation, please be sure to scan this QR code and complete the post-session sign-in sheet. Good luck with your next steps in the application and good luck on your journey. Thank you for your time.